What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. We're back in Las Vegas regional round number 8, and on the left we have Marco playing the Ins Zoroark Restroom deck, and on the right we have Xander playing their Mega Absol Mega Kangaskhan deck. So pretty interesting matchup here. How does this kind of flavor? How does this kind of work out? And I think the big thing we have to talk about is Xander's deck, right? When people play Mega Absol, there's some things that you can play in this list and some things that you don't. And I think one of the biggest debates is, do you play Cornerstone in the deck or not, right? Do you play Cornerstone? Because if you play Cornerstone, I think this immediately just wins this matchup. I think it says, hey, Marco, do you have an answer for Cornerstone? If the answer is no, I win. And in this answer, I believe that Marco actually does not have an answer for Cornerstone. I mean, I guess they could hypothetically go for clutch and go clutch and clutch and clutch and clutch and try to go about it that way, but eventually, Xander would knock him out. But Xander is not playing that. So I don't know how this matchup kind of goes now. It's going to be very, very interesting. I think it's actually in Marco's favor now, because I don't think Xander has a way to one-shot Marco's Zoroark EX. So we see the prize cards coming out. I think the big thing is the one of Absol being prized. They do play two. Xander does play two of those. So two of those and two Kangaskhan. So 2-2 split. So playing two Turbo Energize. Oh, the two Turbo Energize is probably the biggest thing here. I missed that. So Xander is playing two Turbo Energize, prizes two of them, which is, that's not good. On Marco's side, we do see they only put one Buddy Wood Poffin, prized it. One Eerie, prized it. Is playing two Janine one side, and so 3 1-ofs are prized in both of this. That's pretty crazy. And Xander plays 2 Boss Orders and Diz played 3. Oh my goodness, what just happened there? Hang on a second. Let me get this back. Oh, don't look. Don't look. Don't do it. Okay, we're back. All right, I'm gonna stop touching stuff. All right. Anyways, yeah, so it'd be interesting to see here. How does Xander one-shot Marco's Pokemon? And when they can't, Marco's then going to retaliate and use that Ins Restaurant's powerful Rage attack, and Ins Zoroark is going to copy the powerful Rage attack and take a knockout. So should be pretty interesting here how this matchup goes. I know both players have probably tested this. I have never played either one of these decks, but I'm just theorizing that's how it works out, right? Okay, I did lie. Marco does play a Mega Absol, so maybe that is their answer to Cornerstone. Maybe, and that's still a big maybe, right? So we'll see what happens here. I guess, like I said, Marco could have maybe clutch a Cornerstone or something like that. I don't know. I feel like Cornerstone is such a good card in this deck, right? In the Mega Absol, Mega Kangaskhan deck. But here we go. Both players set up. Marco's actually playing, actually has the Ins Zoroark on the field. And here we go. Xander is starting out with the Earthen Vessel. Going to discard a Rescue Treacher. Going to find 2 energies here. I'm going to take a second look through the deck. And I think the biggest thing, like I said, is Xander should note that they do not have any of their Turbo Energize. So going to get Double Dark here. Going to use that Mega Kangaskhan to draw 2 with a Run Errand. And let's see, we see Pachyrant, we see Absol. We do have a Dark Energy going to the active, and we're just going to see a pass here. So interesting stuff. Not going to go on the bench Mega Absol. I guess with Xander's deck, they actually don't have a way to power up Pokemon, especially with double Turbo Energized prize. So they're going to take their time and slowly power up this Mega Kangaskhan with 3 energies on it. I feel like if you see double Turbo Energize, what do you do? How do you function with that, right? What do you do in that situation? But on a Marco's here, I'm going to take some notes. It starts at Buddy Poffin. Is that a stamp Buddy Poffin? That looks like a really expensive Buddy Poffin. But I imagine we're going to see multiple Zoruas come down. Also, Marco's playing Hero's Cape. So that's another thing that Xander has to kind of tackle. This is Sereno. Going to get 3 Zoroark EXs. Saying, you know what? I know you can attack me next turn. There's no way you attack me. Yeah, so these Zoruas are safe. There's nothing that can happen to them. We see a Dark Energy active, and we get to pass on to Xander's turn. So they cannot take a knockout this turn. They can maybe put an energy on the active, but that's pretty much it. Energy to Mega Absol, which makes me think that Xander doesn't know that both of their Turbo Energize are prized. Maybe they're trying to hope for something else. Maybe some energy switch play or something. But here we go. Iona for 6. There's the Precious Trolley coming out. Xander will fill their bench up. And that Iona's actually pretty well. Actually, I would say it's pretty clutch, but Marco is playing for Ciruno, so we should maybe see that again come down, and we'll see Treasure Straw. They're going to find multiple Pokemon, but what do you grab in this situation where you can't really attack for a good amount of time? We see the Monkey Dory come down, we see the Evital come down, and what's going to be the last bench spot? Could be another maybe Monkey Dory. You can start healing 60 damage off the Mega Kangaskhan, and this might be a way that Xander can take knockouts, right? If you get enough energies on the board. You get the energies on here, put 2 energies on Monkey Dory. You get them move 60 from here onto the active onto the Zoroark, hypothetically speaking, later on, and take a knockout that way. So that could be something we could see later on down the road, but it will be definitely a minute before this happens. Xander will need to mainly attach 3 energies and then 2 more energies to the active and 2 to the Monkey Dories to pull this off. But we do see the Artisan for the Reshiram or maybe the Cleffa or something like that. Gonna put a Dark Energy on the Zorua. Gonna retreat into Cleffa and just go for Eek here, or Grasping Draw, sorry. Grasping Draw, not Eek. I forget. I'm so sorry. I do love that Marco is playing double Reshiram too. I see some of us only playing one, and it kind of makes me question sometimes, but they are playing the 2. On to Xander's turn. I'm going to use that Poke Gear, and let's see. There's the Arven. So will Xander go for this Turbo Energize play? And let's see what they grab here. This might be a tall tale. What did Xander notate that both of their... Yeah, you can see Xander's looking one more time. They did not realize that both Turbo Energize were prized. Yeah, you can see it looking one more time. And so now... You can tell, Xander split the energies, which is one telling sign that Xander didn't know both prized. I feel like if they knew that both turbos were prized, you would put energy on the active and maybe start swinging with Kangaskhan on this turn. But yeah, now Xander's only option is to go double dark and hope you find the 1 of energy switch in this deck. So does Xander have that 1 of energy switch? Or not, and if you don't, what do you do here? Do you put a Dark Energy Mega Absol? Going to retreat into Petron. Going to use Okay, actually, yeah, going to switch in Petron, use the attack, clutch the Cleffa. Going to keep the act spot, saying, hey, you know what? You're not going to be able to retreat this Cleffa at this turn, which I think Marco is okay with. It doesn't look like Marco has really anything in the hand. I see the full art Reshiram, which looks sick. I see the Artisan being used for Monkey Dory. You can start moving the damage off the Cleffa and heal your Cleffa so it doesn't get knocked out next turn from another clutch. Dark Energy Monkey Dory. We'll see just nothing really. We'll see the Dark Energy. Ooh, it could see a boss, but what does a boss really do here? I don't think it does too much. Gonna bring up the Monkey Dory actually. Okay, and going to move the 10 to Absol. Okay, so remove 10 to Absol. What is the reasoning behind the 10? Interesting. You move the 10. Gonna poison the Evital. Okay. Boss it with the Monkey Dory. Clutch the Monkey Dory for 10. Start doing some Monkey Dory shenanigans. So Xander's gonna move the 10 off that. I'm gonna put it on the Cleffa. Then we're gonna see the poison. I'm gonna see the clutch. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, they moved damage to the active Monkey Dory. Sorry, they clutched the Monkey Dory. They receive a Zoroark here. Going to put their hand down to 3 cards. Such an interesting card. Discard, you have 3 cards in your hand. We've seen this before a very long time ago. I forget what the card was, but it pretty much did the same thing. It was played like in Wailord and stuff. So Xander will put their hand down to 3 here. And we see another Zoroark come down. And just going to see a Monkey Dory move the 10 to here. And then using attack. Yeah, so on a Xander turn, what is this? What is the significance of all these 10 damage pings? What is happening here? Josh does not know the significance of these 10 damage, unfortunately. But he's moving 10 damage. Interesting. Why are we moving just 10? Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know the significance of the 10 damage. Maybe it's to help with something to do with like Zoroark hitting for like 20 times and no, because like Mega Absol's, yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I'm not sure what that is. But anyways, on to Xander's turn. Gonna move the damage from the active. Gonna move 3 to a bench Zorua. And then we'll see Xander clutch again. Poison damage to the Evital. And they receive the first Zoroark coming down from Marco. So Marco is going to start trading here, drawing cards. And can they find another Severino? I do see another Severino in the hand. And Xander just not having any energies. I don't think he even attached, or they even attached energy last turn. We see the Monkey Dory moving then 30 to the active. Going to energy switch to the Zorua. Going to Turo, pick that up, send this up. And now we can take a knockout if we want to with the Reshiram attack. Yep, there's Reshiram attack. Taking a knockout. Going down to 5 price cards. Now, what does Xander do here? Xander will need to find, like I said, well, see, actually, there's not 6 damage counters on Xander's side, so they actually can't take a knockout this turn with Kangaskhan. And I guess if they flip some heads, they could, right? Hypothetically speaking, right? Because Rapid Fire combo does 200 and then plus 50 for each heads. So they could flip 1 heads and they could move 1 damage from the Mega Absol to the Zoroark and do that. But they also need to find an energy switch. So does Xander find an energy switch? And I do think I see energy switch in Xander's hand. Kind of catch up through Reshiram. I'm actually just going to try to take out this Reshiram. And this is a cool play that some people can do. Because, like I said, not most, but a lot of these ends decks are playing. Wow, actually going to snipe. Okay, no, we move the damage. Okay, yeah, we move the damage from Monkey Dory, right? There we go. Yeah, we move the damage to 10 there, take a knockout, so that Absol should be healed all the way. Then we take a knock on the active, going to discard a card out of their hand. And we're going to discard the other Reshiram. Oh my goodness. So double ends Reshiram. Yeah, wow. 2 ends Reshiram pretty much taking care of that turn. That's pretty insane. So does Marco does play 2 Night Stretchers. So we'll see those Night Stretchers come in clutch. We do see Reno going to double Zoroark, but yeah, Marco only playing the 2 Night Stretcher, which is a pretty big deal here. Because now if Marco punches with this in Zoroark, right? If they punch with the in Zoroark, that Mega Absol will take 100, yeah, take some damage from the, from their in Reshiram. But then Xander can move the 60 off the double Monkey Dory and then take a knockout with their Mega Absol. So pretty interesting. I mean, I still think it's fine for Marco because you try to 2-shot this Mega Absol and then Xander doesn't have any more energies on field. So nope, just gonna pass on to Xander's turn, to just saying, okay, Xander, I need you to punch me. I need you to do damage to me. So how does Xander, actually Marco doesn't even have a Reshiram down, so that might be a key thing. I think there's 2 Reshirams in the discard pile. It says only 1, but I do believe there's 2. Maybe they picked one up and I missed it or something, but I thought there was 2 in the discard pile already. I thought there was 2, maybe not. Pokegear, gonna look at top 7. And I see an Arven, which I think is the only card that they can grab. So what can Arven get here? What can Arven get for Xander? Okay. We see a penny. There I found a penny up. You could maybe like try to. Yeah, there you go. The updated thing. Maybe there's a way. So we're going to use Eerie here. Going to discard a trainer card out of your opponent's hand. Looks like they're eyeballing up. Ooh, 2 trainer cards. Wow. 2 item cards. I mean, sorry. Discards double counter catcher. What Xander could maybe do is try to just punch with his Eviltal and soften up this Pokemon. But we see Dark Agent of Monkey Dory. Going to send an Eviltal. Do we just pass here? Going to send a Kangaskhan. Going to draw 2. I think what we're doing is just sending Kangaskhan the active spot and just saying, you know what? Deal with my Mega Kangaskhan. Punch my Mega Kangaskhan. Do it. I dare you. Because if you do, I get Mega Absol on the bench. I can double Monkey Dory, take a knockout, and do it that way. It looks like Marco is counting cards. Is Marco planning to go for a deck out here? That'd be interesting. Interesting. We'll see if that happens or not. We do have a ball sorter from Xander, so going to pass. I don't. Alright, so we see pass onto Xander. So what is the plan right here? Both players are just passing right now. There's a Dark Energy to Petron. They're going to pass onto Marco. Okay. And both players are like. Both players play ends or Iona. So like this deck out strategy is not going to work for either player. So what is the plan here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I like the Eviltal, just like at least start doing damage to this Zoroark. Just keep seeing passing, okay. Does Xander have enough energies to do this? So missed energy to the active, pass. Marco, pass. Xander, energy, no energy. Doesn't look like any energy. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6 energies in play for Xander. They only play 9 energy. So I don't think Xander actually had enough energy to actually power this thing up right now, unless there's a stretcher for it. So yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to. Oh, Marco does play Super Rod? Oh, I did miss that. Holy cow. Yeah, Marco does play 2 Super Rod. Actually, they might be playing 2 Super Rod, and I was looking at Xander's list. They play 2 Super Rod. There we go. So Super Rod, back to the Ends Restaurant. I'm going to get it back out with the Artisan. And now we can boss order the Monkey Dory, take a knockout on it, and start being aggressive here. And I think Xander should maybe, like I said, start attacking with maybe the Evital and get it stuck in the X spot. Also, Xander could now boss up the bench Reshiram. I don't know how many bosses they have played, unfortunately. I know Xander does play 3 of them, and there was 2 priced. And I think they did bring up 1. So they maybe might have 1 in the hand. There's a Lively Stadium come down. There's a boss order. Bring up the Reshiram. Gonna treat into the Absol. Hold on. Wait a second. Gonna treat into Mega Absol. Oh no, sorry. They Why is this poison right now? Did Xander purposely do that? Yeah, because the Monkey Door gets knocked out. Xander promotes the Evital. So do we use the ability to bring up, because Evital has free retreat, so they're going for the poison. Interesting. So gonna do 200, poison the Mega Absol. Gonna discard that. Wonder why Xander went for the poison on his Mega Absol. Why do that, I wonder? Interesting. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess now you can maybe move to 10 and plus to 50 or something eventually, right? Maybe that's the play. But we do see another Super Rod coming back down to get another Reshiram stuff. We do have Buddy Buddy Poffin being discarded, and we have a Sereno that can be discarded. We have Iona that can be played. So I think we go Pheasantipity for 3. 1, 2, 3. Nose in so far. We see another trade. Okay. We could do another trade. We could penny up the Pheasantipity. So yeah, penny up the Pheasantipity. And going to pass. Actually, not going for another trade. Only going for 2 trades here. This game is so interesting to me. I have no idea what's really going on here. Yeah, I went penny up the bench. Okay. There's so much happening here. So on to Xander's turn. Xander has 20 damage right now. If they pass, they take 10. Like I said, I don't think you punch. If you punch a Zoroark, it can easily just take a knockout. So you pass, take 30. Is Xander waiting for like a double, like, Monkey Dory play? Like, just take 6 damage and eventually just like move 6 over and take a knockout with Mega Absol or something? That could be what we're trying to do here. So trade it with the Sereno. We do have a Nest Ball in the hand. Just gonna do 1 trade and pass. Okay, so Xander's now at 4 damage. And like I said, oh, there's a Zoroark. Oh, both players are playing this card. So now Marco had to put their hand down to 3. That's insane. Both players are playing Zoroark's Machinations. That's crazy. I did not see that coming from. Yeah. So now you put Marco down to like a very, very low deck size. Wow, interesting. All right, so the Zoroark is coming out of nowhere for Xander. I definitely don't think Marco saw that coming. All right, and you can see there's barely any cards left for Marco here. All right, this is pretty interesting now. So, like I said, Xander's still in the passing game here. Yeah, probably just going to pass again. Ooh, they're going to move the 30 with the Monkey Dory. Got a nice stretch at the dark. Dark Energy to Petron. We're going to see the 30 moved. Pass. Okay. And then Xander can... Maybe Xander has no way to get a Monkey Dory next turn with a Dark Energy. And that's why they're moving 30. Now, next turn they can move another 30. So it'll be up to Marco to find their own Monkey Dory to move a 30. But I mean, do you think Marco has the resources to go for that now? We see a retreat into the Zoroark, pass on to Xander. So Xander does have 30. They can move 30 to the bench Zoroark, but they'll need boss orders as well. So do they have a boss order or not? Will we see the 30? Where does this 30 go? We see the Lily's Termination. Going to shuffle, get 6. Will we see a deck out here? Is that what's happening? Huh, interesting. This is a weird game. Will we see an actual 6 prize cards taken, or will we see a deck out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't look like a boss order. So, and remember, Xander has 2 bosses prize. So, gonna put 30 on the active, gonna pass. Absol will take 10. On to Marco's turn. It's got Iono. It's got a Dark Energy switch. So Dark Energy should have been Zoroark. We did find the Ends of Restream, so we could start attacking with it. The problem is you attack with it, Xander can then move 30 damage from the Monkey Dory to the active. And yeah, we're going to swing into this Absol here. All right, just saying, you know what we got to do? We got to do. Okay. So now Xander can move 30 off his End Zoroark to the Zoroark. And yeah, I think Xander has checkmate on board pretty much. So move 30 to there. And if Xander wanted to, they could like promote, like send the Evital retreated or something with Petron. But there we go, taking a knockout, going down to 2 prize cards. And now Marco has to deal with this Petron. If they can't deal this Petron will, if they knock out Xander's, if they knock out this, yeah, then what happens here? So Marco's only play. Yeah, how do you deal with this Petron? Because Petron just comes up and takes a knockout on your thing next turn, right? Because if you take 3 prize cards, you go down to 1, and that's definitely take a knockout. They will see an Iono, put Xander down to 1. But what does that 1 card do? Right? We do see a Hero's Cape, and I don't think the Hero's Cape's okay. Was the Hero's Cape? Oh my goodness, hang on. Oh, what? Hang on. Marco's saying it's not a knockout here. Is that what just happened? It's 10 damage short. Oh my goodness. Xander just assumed it was a knockout, but actually it is not a knockout. Oh, interesting. All right, so on to Xander's turn. So Xander will need to find double Monkey Dory, but that's not gonna be enough either. Xander have to find double Monkey Dory and a Monkey Dory and boss in this. Xander could also just promote Evital or something. They don't have to keep it absolutely active spot. They don't have to do that, right? They can start moving damage off this with the Monkey Door to this to like the bench Zoroark or something. We do see the Evital on the active spot, and we could see the retreat of Kangaskhan and start using its ability run Aaron if Xander I think it's actually a good play. I think Xander should retreat to this Kangaskhan and then you get run Aaron for 2, try and dig for those boss orders, right? We know there's at least 1 in the deck now, right? So I think that's what we want to see here, but we'll see what Xander decides to do here. A lot of different options are happening right now in this interesting matchup. So gonna pass for 10. Xander has this 30 from Monkey Dory that they could use, and they receive the retreat. Hopefully, gonna promote back in the Absol. Gonna move 30 to the active. Do you swing for 200 here? That's the question. What just happened? So hang on. So I think what ends up happening is so you swing for 200, right? You have 150 HP left, and then what does Marco do, right? You got punch it with your Zoroark, sure, but then you should worry about this Petron. Yeah, there we go. So that's what Xander is doing. Like, okay, that's cool. And then like Marco doesn't have like Monkey Dory play. So yeah, that's what's happening here. So yeah, Xander's end up, so you know what, I'm gonna punch you for 200, and then Marco's like, yep, I can't do anything. Also, could they just use Absol's if they have exactly 6 damage counters on it, it's knocked out. Did it have 6 damage counters on it? No, it did not. Did not have exactly 6. So we see 30. Yeah. So I think that's what happened. I think we swing for 200, and then Marco's like, okay, I can't deal with this, whatever. If I punch you, then like the Petron still just like take a knockout. There are 4 prize cards left, so even they knock it out. So very interesting game. Xander not even having the Turbo Energize, which is such a clutch thing. I think the big thing here is that Xander was able to one, knock out double Reshiram in one turn, which is not knock out both Reshiram, but get both Reshirams off the field, essentially, right? Out of the hand and off the field. And then also that Zero-6, I'm pretty sure caught Marco off guard, right? There's probably something that Marco was building in the hand, you know, kind of thing, and then just didn't have anything, and then couldn't find it in Reshiram. I think this turn right here, I think that's the big point of this matchup, right? Yeah, I think that's the big matchup. I definitely thought it was over. I thought like Xander was like definitely out and like didn't have anything. But no, just very interesting matchup for sure. Especially the beginning with like 10 damage being thrown everywhere and stuff like that and blah blah blah. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting matchup. So we'll see what happens in game number 2. Can Marco, you know, get multiple Reshirams and stuff and keep him safe? Hopefully the Absol doesn't hurt him and stuff like that, right? We see Xander starting with the Run Air, drawing 2. We see the Mist Energy to the active, and we see a pass onto Marco's side. Xander's hand is Pokegear and hope it hits. Marco does have Buddy Poffin, so we find double Zorua here. Okay, there's one. Just a one Zorua, which doesn't mean anything. It could be Marco just wants to, you know, put one down. Yep, there's one there. Maybe they only will put 3 down. You never know. But one is priced. But Xander doesn't know that. So we do have an Arvin for Xander here. Xander can find Precious Charlie and their team evolution. So Xander will have full access to this game, whilst last game they didn't have it, right? So see the Precious Charlie going to the hand. Going to put down the Precious Charlie. Going to get 5 Pokemon down. Going to go Monkey Dory, Evital, and yeah, this is such a great setup here. I love this setup so much. Using the Petron to send the Evital for the free retreat, having the the Petron for that, and then you can power up the Absol on the bench, stuff like that. You see the Run Air, and we see the Turbo Energize. We can put 2 energies to the Mega Absol and just, you know, have this party ready to go here. Earth Vessel discarding a Psyduck as well, saying, you know what, I don't want this card in my deck. It's pretty much a dead card anyway. Gonna get 1 energy, interesting enough. Maybe they don't need the 2. We see the attachment for turn. And just Mega Kangaskhan, put 1 energy on Monkey Dory, 1 energy on Mega Absol. Xander is setting up very, very nicely with that turn 2. They have everything. Now on Marco's turn, they do have the Zoroark. So both players are setting up here. What Marco's going to need is their Reshiram, and they can start doing some crazy things. But like I pointed out last game, if Marco swings with the Reshiram into Kangaskhan, then Xander can put double Dark Energy and move 6, take a knockout, and we're good to go. Marco will also need to find a Heroescape, which I think I see in the hand. So we do have Heroescape in the hand as well. So we can put Heroescape on the active, both players finding their aspects of choice. And so we'll see the Heroescape come down, and we'll see Marco use that Artisan and find the Reshiram. So, okay, never mind. Just kidding. Josh doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, never mind. Just kidding. I don't know what I'm doing with Pokemon. I don't know how this game is played. I don't know what I'm doing. Pokegear for 7. Do we find a support card? There is an Iono. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Marco had a Artisan for Reshiram, but not grabbing it. Okay, we see Lily's Termination coming down. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know how this matchup is played. Pokegear for Lily's Termination is sick, because now you can shuffle draw 8. We see a Dark Energy to the Mega Absol. My brain is okay, and then Xander just passes. What is happening? Why are players not attacking each other? What is going on? Ball Sword of the Monkey Dory puts down Reshiram. I'm going to take a knockout on the Reshiram. Neither player's attacking. My brain hurts. I guess Xander makes sense because you don't want your opponent to take a huge knockout on you, right? Okay, hey Zor, thank you for joining. So Xander's side makes sense. Marco not attacking is, I don't, maybe you don't want to like have your opponent access to use Monkey Dory, use like one shots here. But what do you do late game? You have to soften up these megas eventually, right? How do you handle this? Kind of catch up the Ends Reshiram, gonna send up Mega Absol and take a knockout on it. Yeah, I'm gonna Petron, send up the Evital, gonna retreat into the Mega Absol. Actually, no, gonna use Petron to get the poison damage on the Mega Absol. And yep, we're going to see a knockout here. And also, Xander's going to see Marco's hand and be able to discard a card if they want to, which, I mean, I feel like they're going, man, do you have to? And you discard a card. No choice. You have to discard a card. Energy switch coming down for Xander. Just a 1 of energy switch being played right now. Team Evo, doesn't really matter. We can just discard with Ultra Ball or something. But the 1 energy switch coming down now is interesting. And we're going to see Xander's hand, and going to discard that Zoroark. Now, Marco does play Palpad, so they can get that back. On Marco's turn, going to promote that Reshiram. Yep, they do play the one Palpad. All right, how to check. So Artisan come down and going to find themselves a good old Reshiram. All right. Got a little Reshiram coming back and forth. Now on Marco's turn, do they have a boss order? So we see a boss bringing up the Monkey Dory again. Really doesn't want Xander to have these Monkey Dories to go for this double, double Monkey Dory plus knockout play, right? So poison damage is no longer active. We see the Mega King start coming to the action spot. Going to draw for turn. Going to be using it Run Air and Define 2. And I imagine they are looking for a boss order on that bench Reshiram. That's what they want to see here. Or Counter Catcher, that could work as well. Xander does play a couple of those. I think they did play one already. But boss order or Counter Catcher will knock out that ends Reshiram. This interesting game of like, let's take out one prizers is really interesting to see. So now Xander can promote that Absol, take 10 damage from poison if they want to. So going to use Petron's ability, send it up at the axe spot. Going to punch it for 10. Or punch it for not. Oh, actually, we're going to clutch here? No. Oh, no. They said, hey, no, I did send up the Evital and go about it that way. So Janine or Fezzidipity. Fezzidipity is also a really interesting. So going for the Janine here. Interesting. Going to let them have Fezzidipity. Now, the Fezzidipity is as something that Marco actually doesn't want to put down because Xander can move the 10 damage and then take a knockout. But they receive the Iono. Marco's going to put Xander down to 4 cards. Going to trade to get Fezzidipity now. Drawing 3. We can see another trade here. So 2 trades in Fez, and we can see Xander's side of things for some weird reason. I want to see Marco's side, and there's Xander right there in all of his glory. But they receive Palpad, give back double boss order. Pretty sick there. Pretty sick. Love to see it. So now what does Marco do here? Well, they still don't have an attacker out, so they can't really do anything. Dark Energy to the Zoroark on the bench. And pass Air Balloon to the bench Zoroark, and yeah, pass on to Xander turn. All right, so does Xander have a boss order? Monkey Dory Dark Energy. If they do, they could pull this play off and knock out the bench Fezzidipity. So there's a Monkey Dory. Okay, can Xander go for this play? If they do, I think they'll be in a great spot because then they go down to 2. All right. So let's see, does Xander have it? I do see the Air Sea Pokegear. Do we see the boss or not? And we do not. Okay, so we see Arven, but we're tight on prize cards, but I think Xander has used both counter catchers, so that's not going to work. Looks like we are going to use Arven because we did see a shuffle there. Okay. Doing a bunch of things here. Yeah, there we go. Pokegear was used. I thought Xander was going to be used the Arven they just found, but nope. Going to get a good shuffle here. And then Xander can promote the Evital and retreat it. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Poison it. Then retreat to the Mega Kangaskhan. Going to use the ability to draw 2. So unfortunately, you've already retreated. So even if you found boss, you can't go for the Monkey Dory Dark Energy knockout play. But if you have a Dark Energy, you can attach it to the Monkey Dory. No, another Mist Energy attached to the Mega Kangaskhan. Pass onto Marco's side of things. And let's see, what does Marco find here? So going to go first straight here. I don't know what they're... I mean, I guess you're trying to find your Reshirams and stuff. And one was already knocked, or 2, both already gone and stuff. So you gotta find Super Rod. We see a third trade happening. And I do not see a Super Rod. Dark Energy Monkey Dory. Iono here, gonna put Xander down to 4. Marco's also gonna get 4. And I don't believe I see a Super Rod from Marco. So on to Xander's turn. We're just gonna pass on to Xander. What is happening? This is the craziest game Pokemon ever. Oh my goodness, 7 minutes left on the clock as well. On to Xander's turn. What do they do here? Do they move the 10 damage and maybe, I don't know, I think you put the Dark Energy on Monkey Dory, I feel like. Gonna use Kangaskhan, draw 2. Okay. I think they have Boss Order Dark. No, that's Penny. Do I see it? I see a Dark Energy. Okay, I know that for sure. That's easy to see. But I think it was a Penny. Gonna treat into the Absol. Boss up to Fez, move the 10 from Monkey Dory to the Fezzidipity, and it's going to do 200 damage, take a knockout. Going to probably discard the counter catcher. I feel like that's probably the best play. Nest Ball doesn't really matter because Artisan's in play. All right, so on to Marco's turn. What do they do here? They are 4-2. How do they handle this situation? Bunch of trades are happening. Another trade's coming down as well. And now, what do you do if you're Marco? How do you handle the situation? Looks like we did find a Super Rod finally. So we can Super Rod back 2 Reshiram's and a Monkey Dory. And will Marco swing with this or not? Or will they try to bring a Monkey Dory or something? That could be something they could do. Maybe if you could find a way to bring the Monkey Dory up, you're good. There is the poison thing to the Zoroark. Gonna draw 4 here. Can they find a final catcher? And they do find a counter catcher, so they could counter catcher up the Monkey Dory. I'm gonna free retreat into the Zoroark. Gonna look through Xander's discard pile. If you have the counter catcher, do you counter catcher the Monkey Dory or not? That is the question here. I like counter catcher the Monkey Dory. Yep. And then you can take a knockout, go down to 3, and now you just need to knock out a Mega. You need to find a way to knock out a Mega. But Xander, you know, you can't punch a Zoroark because you mainly just get knocked out. You have to go around this Zoroark 2 more times. Does Xander have 2 more boss options or not? That's going to be the big question here. So, we see a run here. I'm going to draw 2. Okay. Looks like, okay, I don't know what the cards just were, but who cares? And there's a Pheasantipity. Okay, draw 3. Now, remember, Marco did play Palpatine to get back 2 boss orders. I think they played 1 so far, so they have 1 left. So, Marco might just try to 2-shot a Mega Kangaskhan. I don't know what else you can really go for here. I think that's probably the best play. Gonna promote the Evital. No, we're not. I like the retreat to... the Evital, personally. And that way you force your opponent to have like double boss order. I guess no matter what, they can knock out the Kangaskhan next turn. There's a Penny picking up the Mega Absol, actually. Interesting. So we're going to attack with Mega Kangaskhan here? No, we're going to put energy on Petron. Bring up Evital, retreat to the Pheasantipity. Never mind, we're just going to send up Pheasantipity, take the poison. Pass onto Marco's turn. Okay. Marco's on each trade. Interesting. Discarding picking up the Mega Absol. Okay. Alrighty. So Marco does have boss order, but what do you boss up? Is there a Binding Mochi play? So we're gonna boss this up, punch it in the face. On to Xander's turn. So now we're taking a... And see, this is where I would like to have used use it now. I feel like now I would Penny here, but we'll see what Xander does. Because now Marco just needs to knock out this Mega Kangaskhan. And Xander, if they heal 30 off, that's not enough. That only brings it to 160. There he puts a charm on the Petron. Interesting. So charm on Petron. Do we have another Penny in the hand? So boss order the Monkey, send up Evital with the poison, Dark Energy, clutch. I like the charm on here. Wow! And now they can use Petron, set up Zoroark, boss this up, and take a knockout. Yeah, if Xander were to put the charm on here, it would be at 180 and still be alive. Does Marco does have Monkey Dory, right? So maybe that's another reason why, right? You have Monkey Dory, yeah. So you have the Monkey Dory and stuff, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, just going for the 2-shot. Just what Marco pretty much said was like, hey, I'm just gonna boss until there's 3, until we can go about it this way. And yeah, there's a tie there. Holy cow. That was insane. What a crazy 2 games there from both players. Yeah, definitely crazy. I mean, should Xander have maybe waited on the Penny? Who knows, right? Could you have gone like hold the Penny and use it, after it got punched? Who knows? But what a crazy game there. I still don't know who has the advantage for sure. It pretty much was like Marco was like, I'm just going to target your single prize Pokemon, wait till you get low prize, and I'm going to Iona you and stuff like that. Huh. Interesting game for sure. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the video. I don't know if I learned anything or not, if I'm being honest, but we did have a tie. Interesting. And Xander still won game 1 with no Turbo Energize, which is crazy. Crazy. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for round number 9. That was the end of of phase 1. So now into phase 2, guys. State of Marvel phase 2. Alrighty, bye.